You. Seatbelt on real quick so you don't keep hearing that beeping. But listen, man. So earlier today, if you haven't seen it, damn, if you haven't seen it, they had a hearing for the Secret Service director lady, Kim Cheatle. This thing was such a theatrical performance of actors. And yeah, I put a short up earlier about how the girl Nancy, I think her name is Nancy Mace, was like grilling her. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's theatrical and it's all acting, it was funny. You know what I'm saying? Because she was cussing and everything. I was surprised to hear them cussing. But this is how you know this whole thing is such baloney, such BS. That lady Kim Cheatle, she's the Secret Service director. She went out there. First of all, they asked her about 3,000 questions. 97. I'm gonna say 99. No, 99.5% of the questions, she deferred them to the FBI is doing an investigation. I deferred it to the FBI. She didn't want to answer no real hardcore questions specifically. Every goddamn thing they asked her, her thing was, "Oh, go to the FBI. The FBI doing an investigation." Da 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 da. About 30,000 questions. I'm talking like. But if you notice, when they asked her specifically, and they used the word specifically conspiracy theorists, the one dude was like, so what do you say to conspiracy theorists who think that this was an inside job or staged or upper echelon government forces may have been involved or foreign people or whatever? For that question specifically, out of all them damn questions, like I said, 98% of the questions, she answered that one specifically with a no, a direct answer, no. So if every other goddamn question that they ask, even simple questions like how many bullets were casings were found, how many referred to the FBI open investigation, but you all of a sudden for some reason know for sure that the answer is no to the question of was it a staged conspiracy? No. Was there any evidence of any upper government people involved? No. Was there evidence of any outside foreign governments involved? Not that we know of. The fact that she answered those three questions right there specifically and directly, but couldn't answer no other more goddamn questions. I'm saying it tells you how much BS this is, man. I mean, let's like hope nobody really believed that was actually. It was interesting though. It was funny. They was really grilling her like as far as like the performance. It was acting, of course, but they did do a good job. Like it was a good. They put on a good show to appear that they really was there, like really grilling this lady, like trying to get to the bottom of answers and sounding real stern and all this stuff. You up here dodging like they was really calling her out, like really putting on a good show. All this thing was for so they could put the blame onto the Secret Service. As far when I say blame, I'm saying blame like so the American people can be like, oh, it's the Secret Service. They failed. This lady didn't do her job. That's an answer to your suspicions. They throw it off them. It goes away. It buries it. But in reality, this shit was all a performance. This whole entire hearing, whatever you want to call it, was all a performance. You know what I'm saying? So make no mistake about that at all. It was all one big performance. Wasn't none of that shit real. The lady Nancy Mace, she was interesting. She was cussing. That caught me off guard. I was watching. She said, that's bullshit. I was like, oh, it's like she really cussed. Like 2 or 3 times she actually cussed at her, like you're full of shit. And then look, all of a sudden this lady Nancy Mace, what's her name? Nancy Mace, yeah. The lady with the pink shirt on. All of a sudden now I seen her do an interview on TMZ and she's about to put together a bill or a petition, whatever you want to call it, to try to get Joe Biden to step down now. Like for the remaining period. He already stepped down for running into the next election, but she's trying to put together a bill for him to step down now. Because she's saying if you're not qualified to run for the campaign, you're not qualified to run the country now. which by the way is actually true. And from yeah, it's true. I mean, that's why I don't understand how anybody got a problem with people calling out Joe Biden. If this Joker really is what he looks like he is, if it's real, then who the hell in their right mind would think that he's equipped to run the goddamn country? If you can't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter who you are, no matter what Republican, Democrat, black, white, man, woman, anybody who's that condition obviously ain't fit to run the damn country. So that shouldn't even be an argument. But this lady now, the lady who they're all talking about, because now she's all over all the news because she was cussing and grilling the lady all hard, and everybody's all focused on her. So now that she got the attention, they're going to use her to go in there and write a draft, a bill to get Joe Biden to be able to have to step down now because he's not fit, which would fit perfectly into the whole script. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're going to say he's sick and he got to leave, or whether this lady's bill goes through and that's the reason why they make him leave, or something happens to him. Oh, and I forgot about this. There's a lot of stuff going around now. People saying that Joe Biden is gone already. Like dead, I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is circulating earlier. People were saying that Joe Biden died yesterday or died after. Some people were saying that when he sent that thing in, when he resigned, sent that paper in, he was dead by then. Either way, people are saying that he's dead already right now. So people are believing because he hasn't been seen or heard from since he stepped back from the campaign. So that could be, who knows, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, who knows? But the fact of the matter is that this thing that happened earlier, this hearing, was nothing more than the stage, nothing more than theatrics. None of that shit was real. He put on a good performance. It looked like they really was grilling that lady. This shit is all a one big show. If you believe any of that stuff, like I said, I put it short earlier because I thought it was funny. Not that I think it's real at all, like the lady grilling her because she was not that I believe it at all, but it's just, it was funny because I thought it was interesting when the lady cursed. Like that caught me off guard. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh shit, she really was like, you full of shit. I was like, yeah, this shit was real intense. But yeah, like I said before I got out of here, the fact that she couldn't answer no goddamn questions, about 30 million questions they asked her, she might have answered 3 questions straight. And one of those questions that she happened to be able to answer straight was the fact that there was no evidence found that this was a conspiracy, that the boy didn't act alone. Definitely was no evidence that any upper government wasn't involved, and definitely no evidence they found that says any foreign governments were involved. So you can't answer no other goddamn basic simple questions. Everything else gets deferred to the FBI, but you can answer definitively about those 3 questions. So that you know what I mean, just doesn't even make sense, man. Like, if you really got any kind of any little piece of a brain for real, how does that make any sense to you at all? You know what I'm saying? And this stuff that's going on lately now, what's going on is so goddamn creepy and out of this world that is like, I ain't even going to try to sit here and make no real predictions. Like, who knows what's going to happen? I ain't even going to sit here and pretend that you know, there's like anything could happen at this point. We had never been where we're at right now. If everybody say, look, and this is how brainwashed people are. This thing happened the other day with Trump. Everybody's, the Democrats, look. But if you realize what actually happened is they tried to get rid of Trump, and they did get rid of Biden in the same couple of days. Like, people are not catching on to that part of it. People so busy being stuck into this Democratic Republic thing because it happened to Trump and he's a Republican. Everybody's like, the Democrat. But if you really realize what just happened, because I do believe, like, out of deep as I can go into the rabbit holes, if you know my channel, you know how I can get. I do actually believe that they tried to take Trump out the other day. That much I do believe. And I do believe that he was not in on it. You know what I'm saying? Was it a plan? Yeah, it definitely was a plan. It definitely was staged as far as it was planned, and the dude was the scapegoat. To me, the boy that they said did it, of course, was the patsy. But I don't think Trump was in on this. You know what I'm saying? I think they really did try to take Trump out. I think what happened was that something went wrong at the last minute. Because if you remember the first witness that, I don't know if she was the very first witness, but when it first happened, I got the screenshot. I got the screen recording of this lady. She came out right away and she said on the thing, I got the screen recording. I don't know if I posted. I think I did post it when it first happened. She clearly said that somebody got killed on top of the water tower. She clearly said that, and she was like, they think there was a second shooter that was either on the water tower, or he got killed on the water tower, or a Secret Service guy. But somebody was on the water tower and got killed. They buried that. They buried that whole second shooter thing immediately, quick as they could. So what I think happened was that when they had the boy, and as far as the Secret Service, whether they're in on it or not, them specifically doesn't even make a difference. But when they had that boy, when they was looking at him, everybody knew was like, why ain't they doing nothing about it? What I'm thinking what happened is that the real shooter didn't get in position in time, or something was going on with him. Maybe he was actually fighting off the Secret Service in that water tower. Maybe that's what it was, and he ended up killing the Secret Service. Maybe that's what, maybe he got slowed down because of that, and maybe that's why the shots weren't like specifically crisp and on point, because he was probably shooting from like a under panic, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't calm, it wasn't playing, so maybe it was like some quick shots he had to get off. I'm thinking, to me, that makes more sense. Maybe the actual real shooter was probably on the water tower, got interrupted, and that's why it got, you know what I'm saying, thrown off, and it didn't actually work because he wasn't shooting in his normal position of comfort, and it didn't go as planned. And I think by them not doing nothing to that boy, not to allowing the Patsy dude, allowing him to be there so long, I think that was because they was waiting for that dude to you know what I'm saying, do what he had to do before they shot the Patsy, so they can blame it on him. And in this scenario, the Secret Service can either be culpable or not. They could either have got, they might have, who knows if they might have got tip of the other dude and like, all right, this dude up here is a Patsy. Maybe the dude on the roof didn't even shoot at all. Because if you, it's the other thing I thought about too. All the videos we see of that boy at that roof, they're up there, they're yelling at him. There's a roof on the roof. But I don't think at this point, not that I've seen that, I don't think we actually seen the video of that boy shooting the gun. We see him climbing up on the roof. We see him going up and down on the roof like he's doing a goddamn worm. You know what I'm saying? The old school dance, the worm. You see him standing up, going down, like he's doing a goddamn worm. See him in position holding the gun. All this stuff, but I don't think there's actually a video we see of him actually shooting the goddamn gun, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there's a video of that. You know what I'm saying? For all we know, he don't. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm still thinking of my story. The way they got that boy up there, if you ask me, is that he thought he was participating in another Black Rock video. He probably thought it was like a script, thought he was part of like the video. Tell him, look, go up here, we're going to shoot this thing. This is for a security thing. Have you on the roof at the rally so we can film you. People are going to be yelling at you, but they're all part of the script. It's going to look real because they know that we're recording this this is for educational purposes. That's probably how they got him on the roof, the Patsy, you know what I'm saying, the boy who they blamed it on. And then, unbeknownst to him, he was going to get capped and get taken out and get it blamed on him, you know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of what I'm thinking as far as that. That's how they probably got the boy on the roof. And then by them not reacting to him right away, it could have been the Secret Service either having a tip like, yeah, we know he's not the real shooter, so we're not going to shoot him because it's going to distract us from the actual real shooter. Or they were in on it, and you know what I'm saying? When I say in on it, by like the same people or person controls all this stuff anyway, so it's not like they really got to be in on it or not. So I don't know, man, but yeah, I just thought it was comical, man, that whole thing earlier. It was a good show, the hearing they did, but that shit was all bullshit, theatrical lies. It was all a show. They acting like they're sitting there grilling that lady. They wasn't that's. But they made sure, like I said, I already said it enough time, I don't got to keep repeating it, but that's about it, man. That shit was bullshit if you ask me. So shout out to anybody that came through. Brian's runner, Kyra knows, shout out to both of y'all. Hit the like button. Ain't nobody in here, but if you come back on the